I've got to have some sort of hope. Where? I know it won't be much, but maybe a little hope. Where is it? Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Oh my God, finally! I think I found a little hope. Oh my God, there it is! I actually found it. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Little to no hope. Cause this game is super boring. Oh no! Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. Before I get started, I want to wish each and every one of you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, and your children a very happy and safe Halloween. Now, this is my review for the Dark Pictures Anthology, Little Hope. This game was developed by Supermassive Games and published by Bandai Namco and was finally released on October 30th of 2020 for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC after receiving a rather hefty long delay due to COVID, which has delayed just about everything. Now, this is the second installment in the Dark Pictures Anthology series, and it centers on 5 new characters who, after having a bus crash, find themselves trapped in the fog-filled town of Little Hope, and through the roughly give or take 4-hour-long experience, try to understand their place in the Silent Hill-style town and the troubling past that led them to their current dilemma. Now, much like the Man of Medan and the other games that Supermassive has made, you gotta realize that this is almost like a choose-your-own-adventure interactive movie sort of game. So, like, think of almost like Detroit Become Human, something like that. You know, and that's the best way to describe these style games. They do have action parts in them, but they are rather slow and methodical, with you walking, doing a lot of exploration, a lot of looking at things and talking with characters and making decisions. Now, after playing through this game several times, I can say most of the decisions don't really seem to make too much of a difference, but they do lead to different dialogues from characters and a couple different scenes throughout the adventure. And much like their previous games, you can either have every single character live, or you can have them all get killed. And once you're dead in this game, you're permanently dead. You're pretty much eliminated from the game, and the game continues on without them. Now, because of this style game, they do have it set to where the only real way to kill everybody is it's not until the end of the game that you'll have a couple people survive. That way you can get to the end of the game. So it's not like you can get everybody killed immediately right from the start, but if you played a game like this, you already know how it's going to be. It centers on you walking your character around to where you'll find glowing objects and stuff that you can interact with to pick up and look and, pick different choices with your analog sticks, picking in different directions when it gives you the options. Now, when it goes into their action-oriented scenes, that's when it's QTEs. Quick time events will appear on your screen, and you'll have to make sure to match up the button presses at the certain times and locations in order to get through these different things. Now, I have noticed certain things about this game that I think Man of Medan, the one before this, that they took a lot of critique for, so they did make the game a lot different. Now, the other thing I've noticed is this whole game is really kind of odd in the terms that I love the atmosphere and the overall game, but it can be a bit confusing because throughout your adventure you jump around through 3 different timelines, and it centers very heavily on the 17th century witch trials. So it has a lot to do with witchcrafts and demons and stuff like that. Now, when you get this game, it does have technically 3 different, things in it you can do. You got your single player story, which is you playing by yourself through the story, making your decisions and progressing through the game. It does have a shared story, which allows you to play with other people to where there's several parts in this game where the group will split apart and go in different directions, and one of you will play as one group while the other one plays as the other group, and you can go through and see and do different little areas of the game, which is kind of cool. Now, don't worry if you're not into that. It also has something known as the Curator's Cut, which allows you to go back and play through the certain areas that you weren't able to do when your single player story campaign, to where you can see it all. That way, if you want to collect all the collectibles and see everything to be able to get all the trophies, that's basically what it's for. Now, hands down, one thing I always have to admit about the supermassive games is their overall graphics and their animation. And this one, bar none, is a scene stealer. Really, it is. And I'm playing on my PlayStation 4 Pro, bumped up with the resolution, and I will admit it is a gorgeous game. The character models, the lip syncing, the emotions on the characters' faces, while it's not super photorealistic, it does a fantastic job in portraying these characters' emotions and feelings when they're actually giving their dialogue. The graphics are fantastic. I mean, the town of Little Hope is fully realized in terms of its grittiness, from everything down to wood grains to the reflection of the water on the roads as you walk, and every little subtle detail graphically is a stunner in this game. And the motion capture, hands down, is up. It's top notch. It really is. From that aspect, this game is a 10 out of a 10. However, you can't base a game just off of graphics. You can have a game that looks like crap, but if it plays great, it can actually, pick it up. And I will have to say, while I like the themes of this one better than Man of Medan, and I did like the different endings to it, I do think it is a slower paced game than Man of Medan. And I didn't really like the fact that a lot of your decisions didn't really make too much of a drastic change until later on. I would have liked to see a lot bigger changes, kind of like Until Dawn, that had really drastic changes as you went through. I wish they would have worked a little better on that. But they did fix a lot of issues since Man of Medan, including a quicker movement of your characters. The tank-like controls of them have been changed to where they do control better. Don't get me wrong, they're still kind of tanky the way you turn and move, but they do move a lot faster and they are easier to control, and the QTEs seem to be a lot easier. And in fact, I kind of think they're a little bit too easy now, because I did kind of like the challenge of making sure to get everything just right when doing like those stressful QTE action sequences. And don't get me wrong, there's still quite a bit of them in this that, it'll get you nerve-wracked to where you might screw up and miss several times, and you can end up getting characters killed that way. And I've always been a fan of that sort of thing. But you've got to keep in mind this type of game is not going to appeal to everybody. It is not a heavy action oriented. It is almost like a choose your own adventure book based off of a really good, decent story involving the witch trials in the 17th century and these 5 characters that their bus wrecks on the way to where they're going. And, I would have to say the curator or whatever his name is, he does an excellent job of tying everything together because it's all done from the same viewpoint as Man of Medan, where you're just there to pretty much fill out the rest of the story as he's reading you the book. Now, as for the price of this game, it's not a bad price game. It's only $29.95. And a lot of times people are like, oh, it's only 4 hours. It's 4 hours. Hey, Angry Joe, you don't necessarily have to have a 45-hour long game if the game is made to where you can actually play through it multiple times and enjoy playing through it. And in this game, this is going to be kind of an odd title for most people. If you're a fan of the supermassive style games, I would say definitely you'll like this one, even though it seems to be a slower pace until it gets into a lot of the stuff going on near the end, which I actually really do like. And, for the price of $30, it's not bad for your 4-hour experience. You can also get a $60 special edition that comes with a physical actual doll that's based off the doll that's in the game that you come across. And there's even a more expensive version that you can only get through the European store, I think, where it comes with all kinds of stuff, including a cloth map. And I don't really know. I do like collectibles, but at the same time, normally it wouldn't be for a game like this. But in the end, I would have to say it's not a bad game. It's a good continuation of the Dark Pictures Anthology. It makes me to look forward towards the next games that they're going to be making. Honestly, I do like these style of games, but keep in mind they're very slow pace. They're very plot heavy, very, very character driven titles, to where it does have a lot of walking, a lot of exploring, and and a lot of other things that happen. I will say, since this is supposed to be a scary game, very few of the jump scares actually scared me. I was able to get through, like all this except for like maybe 2 jump scares that kind of sort of got me. So on the jump scare front, I think they're not as well done as in Man of Medan, but the overall story and the character development I actually liked a lot more than Man of Medan. And like I said, if you are a fan of the previous games in the Dark Pictures Anthology, I can definitely say if you're able to rent it, play through it if you want. But honestly, it's not that bad. I don't know why people are trashing this game, saying it's garbage and it's boring. It's just a very, very, very unique title. And if you're not going into this game knowing how the game is going to be, and you're expecting it to be like a blockbuster action-oriented game where you have total control, it's not that kind of game. You will not like this. Like I said, if you like Detroit Becoming Human, if you liked Man of Medan, and if you liked Until Dawn, this is definitely worth a play for you, especially with the different playability to go back through to get all your trophies. But if you're expecting something more than that, this is not going to fill the bill for you. And in that case, I would have to say for you, pass on it. But if you are a fan of those games, I can actually say pick it up and play the Dark Pictures Anthology Little Hope today. It is creepy. It's pretty cool. It gives off some decent Silent Hill vibes mixed in with some Blair Witch stuff. And in the end, I did like the story a lot better, and I did like the characters a lot better, at least instead of Man of Medan. Still, hands down, I think Until Dawn is still the best game they've made so far. But I don't really mind it when you're only paying like $20-$30 for a game like this. But keep in mind if it's for you or not. Make sure to hit the bell icon to stay updated whenever I release any new videos. Make sure to hit that like icon and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below so I can answer your questions or just talk with you in any way. And remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.